Hello, and welcome back. If you're still hanging out and keeping up with all the videos, we are continuing our Rise of the Dragon Japanese 1890 playthrough. Now, tonight for Americans is Thanksgiving, and I wasn't intending on doing any recording today, but it seems I made a boo-boo when I was setting up my premieres, and I had them both premiere today instead of one today and one tomorrow. So I'm going to set one for tomorrow's premiere. We are at war with Spain over here. We've successfully invaded the Philippines, and we're basically just waiting on the war to end. They don't really have anything to compete with us. And if they keep sending things over, we'll keep sinking it. So we managed to steal decent quality 5-inch guns from the US, which is why we sent the spies to the US and Great Britain, so that we could hopefully snatch some of their nice little nothing really happened there, other than Italy has joined us against Spain. But we want to snatch up some of their not their territories, but their technologies. So we just keep on going here, and I think if this is one of our good new gunships, if these are our Sama 2s, it is. This is sort of what we wanted to happen when we designed these, is we want the enemy to catch these when we're raiding, and we can sink whatever the heck they sent out to intercept it with. But I have a feeling that they're not going to want to fight. The AI probably knows what's up. Yep, they're going to run away from us because all they have over here are corvettes at the moment. And I don't think a corvette's going to be able to hurt our Asama 2s unless we get really unlucky. I say that, then we take a hit to the turret and blow up with a flash fire or something. We are losing engine power really quickly. We're already down to 19 from 21. So I'm wondering if I have the engines set for speed rather than reliability or normal, whatever. Okay, that was easy. And we're really just waiting for the end of the war here. We'll keep on going. All right, yep, we'll grab these territories that we wanted, and we got the Marianas, which we've been wanting to get since basically day one when oil was discovered there. Um, Paying 1 for Guam. So we're getting 7 points worth of uh, reparations from them into our economy. Now our budget's going to drop pretty big, but that's okay because we have a lot of unrest built up. We need to get our unrest back down. And there we go. We now have oil from the Marianas, and we now have these sort of, well, I keep saying sort of a lot, don't I keep saying these barrier islands, and we'll worry about getting those fortified later on. For now, let's actually cut something so that we can save on our budget. So we're seeing now that the time of the 22 knot cruiser is coming to a close. So we're going to get rid of these. Yeah, I mean, we have the Cashawaras. And these are all, except for the Akashis, well, the Yamas are our regional cruisers we started with. And yep, let's just go ahead and get rid of them. They're they're okay, the Yamas, but they've had their day. So let's scrap those to save some money. And that cuts about 1,000 or so, it looked like, off of our monthly balance. I wasn't paying that much attention to it. But it is going to be a little while before we're approaching the point where we're balanced again. But we have a ton of extra money floating around, which we need to get rid of. How's our dock size look compared to everyone else? 18,000, 16, 16, 17, 16. So we're competitive with our dock size. We'll probably not worry about it. Okay. We'll probably not worry about it too much once it finishes this round. It's a pretty good armored cruiser. Better torpedoes. That's really good because that's our doctrine right now is get in and fire off some torpedoes. We've stolen central firing from the U.S. That's that's a that's just a it's like that's a whole new level of fire control, I believe. We can make it a national hero that we had a spy caught in Great Britain. Hope for some prestige. We didn't get it, but tension will come back down probably due to the aftermath of the war. Yep, it all goes down for the most part. So France and Britain are buddy buddy. That's if you were Germany or any other European power like Spain, well, Spain doesn't have to worry about it because Spain is such a weakling right now. But if you were maybe Russia or Germany, you would be worrying about those two being friends. They don't seem like they'd be very easy to defeat when they combine their power. Yep, we're gonna buy some improved damage control. Our 9-inch guns are better now. New docks are finished. Let's go ahead and accept the offer for another Corvette. Whatever. We can get some prestige. I like this event because it lowers tension. Usually, like sometimes you really just want to lower tension, but you get a free prestige from it. And you can end up using that prestige. We got some machinery development. We got preheaters, so 1% saving on machinery. But you can always use that prestige for something, making someone mad or avoiding making someone mad. So we're going to improve our submarines. We're getting close to having our brand new battleships ready to go, but they are going to get delayed by a month probably to install that new fire control. We always want to improve our railroads for the long term, especially this early on in the game. Good 11-inch guns. And we keep going. Getting better industrial production. Nah, we don't want to buy their old 1889 battleship. So this is, I mean, if they're going to start selling, if nations are going to start selling off their stuff right now from 1889, we're just going to say no. Let's not worry about it for the next 5 years. No one's going to sell us anything new. So who's our most likely enemy? We'll say Russia, just to get that budget going. Yep. As we said, they're going to be delayed by a month to get the new fire control. And this is the one where you sell arms, but you don't lose anything. So one of these says, do you want to sell weapons to someone, but you risk having your technology get leaked? This one is, there's a battle uh, going to happen on the Asian mainland. Do you want to sell weapons? It'll raise some tensions, but you can, be Nick Cage and Lord of War, sell off some guns. Okay. Yeah, we'll build another round of dock size. Everything here is just about done. Everything's just about finished building. So we're gonna get rid of our old Corvettes. We'll scrap them. We got new ones coming online here. We're gonna click on this and see. So it says there's one trade protection required during war for this region. So does that mean we really only need 4? I guess so. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I guess so. Next turn, yep, we want to bring these into service with the fire control on them. I mean, our Mikasa? I think it's Mikasa. I don't know. They should be one of the better battleships in the world. It's 14,000 tons. I mean, it has to be because Great Britain has 46 battleships with 3 more building. But their newer, let's see what their newer stuff looks like. I mean, we're faster, we're equally well gunned, although they do have a lot better secondaries. Like they have 10 8-inch guns. And they have an 8-inch belt. We have an 8-inch belt as well. Or did they have a 9-inch belt? I feel like they had a 9-inch belt for some reason. It doesn't matter. But at least we're competitive. We're competitive with our handful of little battleships there. We can blame, let's just blame France. They're a little bit lower. Actually, we'll just blame whoever. We might get one with a couple. Oh, we got one with almost everyone. That's fine. All right, so here are our new battleships. And we will raise some tension to get some budget. And we got new torpedoes. The more new torpedoes we can get, the better. Can we finally, not yet probably, I think we have to have 7 battleships extra before we can get rid of these Fujis. But what we are doing is moving some of these to the 3rd division. And we're going to have a 1st division with these 3 new Mikases in them. Okay. Here we go. 1st battle division done. Now we got some spare budget. Now's the time to fortify these islands while we can. So we'll do 4 6-inch guns each. Oops. There we go. All right. We fortified that one. And actually, these Caroline Islands are spread out. So let's give them 3 more. Let's just do 4 more. We'll put essentially all of our budget into building those right now. And, it doesn't seem like we're accomplishing very much right now, but our budget will steadily go back up over time, hopefully. We're at low tensions with everyone, but we'll see. In the meantime, maybe we can install, well, actually, let's give our treasury a little bit of time to recover. Okay, technology sharing with Russia expired. I didn't really see any pop-ups. I know I go through the pop-ups fairly quick, but I didn't see any that indicated that we got any benefits from that technology sharing. Okay, well, we're losing budget no matter what, so let's go ahead and get some social reforms, and if the government will allow us to do it, okay, we reduce the unrest a little bit. So I mean, we're gonna lose the budget no matter what, but this is where having saved up some prestige helps us. And we don't care about the Virgin Islands. Let the US do the US stuff. We stole signaling from them. Less signaling errors. Well, signaling errors are less likely. And this is what the new generation of armored cruisers is going to look like, probably. This is one step below battle cruisers, essentially. 14 6-inch guns, 6 inches of belt, and 20 knots. Well, now we can probably look at equipping our Yashimas with that new fire control. So these are about 3 years old. So we don't have to worry about replacing the machinery just yet. But what we can do is give them some central firing. And that's only 500 each for 3 months. We'll save the machinery upgrade for another time when we have a little bit more extra money. Can we get rid of these Fujis? Yes. Farewell to the Fujis. You never really played a part in any of our overall strategy and the battles themselves. Let's make this guy a national hero. We don't have any tension built up with the US anyway. We've gained some armor, improved like armor design, improved turret design. We got main battery, wing turrets. I mean, I think we could build actual battleships now, having the big wing turrets. Could we build actual battleships? We could with those wing turrets like that. We could be the first nation to have uh, battleships, but I mean, we're just not ready. Japan is not prepared for that sort of investment. So we got rid, and let's upgrade our Osamas because these play a big part. These are 6 years old now. Let's see what happens if we replace machinery. We get a lot of extra tonnage. We could take them up to 22 knots. We get the new rangefinders. And I mean, 1,000 each for 10 months. I mean, we're right after a war. So we're not going to war anytime soon. So we're going to take that because we want our good ships to remain as upgraded as we can keep them right now. And it's still positive in the budget. The Kashawaras, I mean, the hulls are 13 years old. That's an 1892 design. It might have been one of the first things we actually designed. So I don't think like the hall itself is worth continuing to upgrade. What we need to do is once some of this stuff comes out of rebuild, we can look at building like a whole new set of cruisers that are going to operate until hopefully until we can get some like side mounted, and there's reduced budget. We can get some side mounted torpedo launchers going. Another technology, but at the cost of our budget. And our budget's already pretty low, but I mean, that's our fault for keeping tensions low, but we just finished a war. We can't exactly build the tensions up too much anyway, nor would we want to when we're doing a whole new round of rebuilds. Sorry about that. I mute myself for a second to take a little drink. All right, there's some money back. They took away our money, then they decided to give it back. And honestly, as far as battleships go, I'm not really a fan of the wing turrets. I like having the centerline guns. Um, the wing turrets just feel like a little bit of a waste of tonnage to me. They're laughing at our weakness in armored cruisers. Hey, we got superimposed B turrets from the USA, and we got superimposed X turrets. Wow, our spies are really like putting it to the USA. I bet they're building battleships right now. They are building a battle cruiser. Battle cruiser, battleship. All right. So our Mikases, as beautiful as they are pretty much already outclassed, but we're going to keep them around. Let's not. Let's gain prestige for keeping this guy around. We don't know what kind of sailor this guy is, other than drunk. Alrighty. So it's going to be about 5,000 or about 1,500. Well, about 1,700 or so. What am I talking about? About 5,000, about 5,700, I meant to say, added to our monthly balance in just a couple months. So we're going to go ahead and try to make use of that money, get ready to make use of it now. Yeah, we're already getting baseline 25 speed on these cruisers, and this is only 4,300 tonnage. If we go up to 5,000, which our biggest light cruisers are 5,800, we're just seeing how cheap we can keep this. Um, we do want some belt armor now. No, geez, Louise, if this thing's going to be a gunboat, a 25 knot gunboat, can it go any faster? It could, but the bigger engines could make it more expensive. What about guns? Okay, so it gives us a 6-inch gunboat that goes 25. It's got a couple of torpedo launchers on it, and it's basically 1,000 per month to build, which is, I kind of like that number. I do like that number. Gives us a good idea about how many we can build, which the answer is probably going to be, I think we can build 8 of these at a time right now, and it's 22 months. So yeah, let's go ahead and go with this. We probably have a little bit more ammo than we need, but having 56 tons left over is good. That gives us room for improvement in the future. We can't add mine warfare. We don't have the rails or whatever it takes to mount those on board a cruiser yet. So we will save and finish. Yep. We're going to be at a pretty good deficit for about 3 months or so until the other ships get rebuilt. Samoa. We don't really care that much. We lose the prestige. Actually, we could force the tension up a little bit rather than going for a direct confrontation with them. And we also need to look into maybe building some better submarines. The ones we have now are very low reliability. So we'll build like 5 more of these. It takes 16 months. That's okay. And more torpedo breakthroughs. That is really good. Okay, let's build up our Unubi. I feel like I want to rename this because I feel like I'm going to have trouble remembering the name. Yeah, will it cost me anything to change the name on it? Like anything in terms of, we'll call this the oi, 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 oi. And it takes 1 month and that's fine. Price I pay for not paying attention to that. Don't really care about Panama, it's too far away. Okay, so we said we were going to build 8 of these. Let's give it a shot. Well, let's build 4 now, and we'll build 4 after these are rebuilt. Because we really don't want to just tank our fundage. Alrighty. Two cruisers have finished their reconstruction. And what we're really waiting for until we start building our own big battleships, so we do need to improve our docks, is we want to unlock the 4 centerline turrets. One of our cruisers has run aground. We can either cause a lot of tension. We can, say, hey, sorry about that. It's our fault for, doing crappy things. Or let's not expose sensitive technology. Let's just lose a prestige. I know it's kind of crappy, but that's why we keep extra prestige around. All right, so it turns out we weren't nearly close enough to build up 8 of these at a time. But what we'll do is build 2 more. That puts us at a small monthly balance deficit. Okay. Well, that seems like a good stopping point here. We're at about the halfway or half-hour mark. I've been meaning to make the episodes a little bit shorter, hoping that more people will watch through. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And there's not a whole lot going on in the world out there. A lot of alliances going on. Everybody's all buddy-buddy with each other. But we are getting closer to that 1910 era when tensions might just start shooting up all over the world and it might provoke World War I. But we've expanded the empire pretty well here. All right. Until next time, again, thank you for watching and sail safely.